some of the machines, I didn't have the qualified people in Gambia to do it. So I brought experts that I'm paying an expatriate rate to train Gambians, to develop Gambians, and then I will exercise the banana effect of replacing with Gambians. As we speak today, I have replaced in one of my fishing trawlers and put in a whole Gambian crew that have gone fishing. And I have embarked on fishing. If that is not love for country, if that is not patriotism, I don't know what is. I love my country. I want to make a difference in my country. I want Gambians to improve. I want Gambians to earn. I want Gambians to develop. I have no ill feeling on anybody. The sacrifice I make is personal. And once again, I will apologize to Gambians to forgive me for rising up to the provocation to behave in a very uncharacteristic manner that I am very ashamed and embarrassed of. That's not me. But when someone elected that should know better go out with hooligans, provoking and insulting people, having cameras around, pre-planning anything, editing those videos and taking them out, then it beggars belief if one doesn't question their motivation, their intention. If you are elected, you have institutions of government that you have right to contact. Please contact them and allow us to come back home and contribute our quota to development. And as a company, we are open to any inquiries. We are open to any invitation of people that could contact us and come and see what we are doing. No one loves my country more than me. No one wants to protect my environment more than me. No one wants to develop my country more than me. But I am doing the very little I can. And I will just close with, Gambia is very small. Let us love each other. Let us support each other. And let us develop Gambians for ourselves. I think that's the only way we can move forward. Thank you very much for coming.
Well, now, sorry, we're going to have to wait for the truck driver to move.
It's okay, it's okay.
Yeah. All right, so now we have Papa Alaji Papa Alaji Samate. I don't know why I keep using the last name Gasama. You know, I'm working here at Badbunka today. Papa Alaji Samate will come in next to talk about the technical details as far as how this company was started and all the issues involved, from the environmental issues to everything. He's going to cover it all up because these were all allegations that were made yesterday. I even had the name NDMA being plastered on our bulldozer. The management agency has no trucks here. There is no government truck, just to clarify that. You want to say something?
I think, yes. Thank you very much, Banker, for raising that. I think for the record, all equipment here was procured by me, Omar Jan. And these equipments arrived here over a year and a half ago, in the peak of COVID. And I had to store them at GGC for over a year, paying salaries without the business starting. So that was another provocation and something very hurtful, to be accused that this is a government business, or these machines belong to the disaster recovery of the country. How wicked, how insensitive is that when someone has gone and sacrificed your hard-earned family earnings, put it in a business, and a responsible elected individual coming in and all the people around her going on that this is even government. For the record, I'll put it straight. I challenge any government institution to come and say what they owe in this business or what they have in this business. I had a tough time.
Or to have your authorities or, you know, city personnel or Banjul City Council personnel coming here like that wasn't warranted for. Anyways, I will take you through the journey which we embark on coming to get into this place. How did we get here? What are we doing here? And what is the purpose of, why are we dredging this part of the country, which is Denton Beach or Oyster Creek Estuary. Okay, the sun is a little bit hot, so you have to excuse my eye blinking. All right, okay, can I hold it, please? Sand dunes. So we've been exploiting these sand dunes for the past few years, but currently, in most areas, these sand dunes they've been exhausted. Only a small sand dune in front of the water, which normally, in many countries, they leave it there to protect the individual communities from the water in case if the ozone rises or in case if there's a storm or so. But currently these sand dunes have been exploited, so this is what makes it quite dangerous. And most of the sand that is coming from the area as well is coming from the furrows. These are the gardens the women and the farmers are using. When we started this about 3 years ago, we told the government we have interest in solving this problem. They told us, okay, you'll have to do some surveys. We did embark on surveys, which were very, very expensive. We brought a team in here in the February of 2019. This was a team of 5 experts from outside, and then we had some experts, some non-experts within this, environment, geology, and so on in the country. Some of them were involved in the coastal rehabilitation work that was done here a few years ago. We embarked on surveys for about 40 days in the waters, hiring boats, bringing in equipment from, very expensive. Overall, I think it's more than 20 million that was spent in the surveys. We embarked on these surveys for about 2 months. Then we took the reports, took it to geology, we took it to NEA and to all the relevant authorities. But before embarking on that, we know that there were sand dunes, after the surveys, we know that there were sand dunes at different locations within the country. But the reason why we chose the Banjul, this is called the Oyster Creek Estuary. The reason why we started with this because there's a problem in this estuary already. The Banjul Estuary is where the river that goes to Joshua. Oyster Street Estuary is where the river connecting Joshua and let's say the Atlantic Ocean. At this area, there's something that is called sedimentation. So you have a lot of sediments coming from the other end. When we say sediments here, we would mean sand. A lot of sand that is coming from the other end, and the current going that way. So the sand gets dropped at this point. So this point currently is full of sand, so much so that the sand that is supposed to go to the Banjul Cemetery, the Banjul behind State House, and all the way to other areas of Banjul is not going through. It's being dropped here. A study was carried out by the Royal Haskonen of Holland. This was done about 10 years ago. They are the ones that done the rehabilitation work behind the cemetery, going all the way to behind the hotels. And from the studies, it was recommended that this area should be dredged to remove the sand in order for this, then they will cross. And sometimes they have their fishes, they will stay there for another 3-4 hours before they cross. A lot of accidents also happened at this place because of, because of the same sand dunes. If you ask the people of fisheries, I don't know Banjul that much, but there's a lot of people that have been coming to be. Some people are fishermen, some people are people working at the Department of Fisheries, telling us this is a very good idea. We told the government to do this a long time ago, but they did not want to do it. Because of this sand now, most of the large fishes don't cross. They don't go under to go and breed under the mangroves. So these are all problems associated with this sand. And it was recommended in the Royal Haskonen report that it should be removed over 10 years ago. But now, when we see that we needed sand in the country, we said, okay, why can't we kill 2 birds with 1 stone? Why can't we remove the sand, solve this problem, and at the same time, we solve the sand problem in the country? This is why we started here. We could have started in Sanyang, we could have started in Tanje, we could have started in Batokunku. They have much larger areas, and they have more sand than here. But the reason we started here is to solve the problem for Banjul. Currently, if you go to GGC, every time when there's high tide, you will see inside the GGC, it will be overflowed. Go there, you can go there today and ask them about that. Even 3-4 weeks ago, they called us, telling us about this. While we were there, we stored our equipment. Now and again, you see the water coming all over the place. If you go by the police station here, the same thing happens there. When the tide is too high, it will come all overflowed in the whole area. How does this happen?